Okay, hey everybody. So excited today. It's Monday, the first day of the week, which is always great to sometimes it doesn't feel great, but it's great for a fresh start, I think. But then it's also the first day of March, which I think just feels extra special to kind of be starting fresh twice. And I especially love March because it is my birthday month, and so I get so excited about March. And then like we're marching towards spring, right? We just got T minus 20 days of spring. Then my birthday's a week after that. And so I just love spring. I love March. And just it represents just waking up, right? Like the world has been, our world has been asleep for winter. Of course, winter's been really hard, at least the last few weeks for a lot of people, some more than others. And so it's just like, March. And thank God we have warm weather right now here where I live. And so, so yeah, I just love it. I just love it. So I feel extra energized today, although I still needed a nap midday. I'm not sure why I need naps right now midday, but I do. So I'm just leaning into it, or should I say, kind of laying down into it for the nap time. And so that's good. I think I'm just excited about March, and so and then it's a new month, new week. Um, and February had a lot going on. I've shared before. So I'm kind of excited to kind of start fresh. And I don't know, I feel like as I got to the end of February too, partly got busy because it's helping my sister move. I shared before she's gotten to her own house. That was super exciting. So Saturday we got her moved. Sunday I went with her to look for a couch and love seat and coffee table, which praise the Lord we found. Score. And so today I feel like I'm getting a little bit back to normal to work on some things that I put on hold to help her, which is important to do. And so like today I'm back into getting old stuff out. My, um, my goal for this quarter, which should be January to March, but I think it's going to have to go farther in because I didn't start till February, but I think I shared it's just purging. My sister laughs because she's like, it sounds like the movie Purge. But I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. I just want to get old stuff, things we're not using, stuff, stuff that gets broken and ends up in the corner and all of that, unless it's just my house. But just get it out of the house. Not only to get ready to let new things in, but to use our space more and better. The kids are growing up, or growing fast, should I say, and we just need that space. We need to use the space we have better. And I'm tired of looking at the junk too and kind of ignoring it, kind of doing that. Well, I'll get to that later, which I want to. And so later is now. So today, I spent some time in my closet, just actually organizing and purging stuff out of out of the corner of the closet that I just had stuff piled up. And so that felt really good. And I'm going to see if I can get a little more of that time in before the end of the day. I've just got to just go through and let go of the physical stuff, let go of the emotional connection to some things, let go of the shame or the disappointment that comes with some of the things that have been sitting there, or the sense of missing something. I mean, there's so much wrapped up a lot of times in going through our things, right? If anybody's seen, Marie Kondo's, I think it's tidying up. That's what a lot of people experience a lot of tension or sadness, or just different things with letting go of stuff. And I definitely am there when it comes to that. And that's one of the things I was excited for my sister with moving into a new house. She was able to go through. She really was determined. I was so proud of her to go through the stuff in her apartment and just not take anything with her that she didn't really want. So there were some moments she said they were tough with that, but she made it through, and she just took the stuff that she wanted, or needed, or things that she was like, this is the time to start using that again. So super proud of her for that. And I want to set an example for the kids too, that we can do this, because they have lots of stuff in their rooms and it is hard for them to let it go. And I was making them do it once every other week, and we'd stopped, but I think we'll do it again. We have payday Friday, which is the day that they get their allowance, and then they usually try to want to buy something, and then the Friday in between is Giving Friday, and so we pack up some things, out of our rooms to take to a thrift store. And so we started that back again last Friday, and it was actually pretty good. The kids did good. I thought they were thoughtful, and I didn't. It wasn't too hard. Jenny is the hardest on because she loves her gifts, which I think is a beautiful thing, to love what you receive. And she can remember who gave it to her or where she bought it. And oftentimes, when she finds something that's been sitting for a long time that she hasn't used, she's like, "I've been looking for this." So it can be hard to let go. But she did it. And so I said, Jim, we're going to start doing that again because it's just a good, healthy practice. And she too wants to be able to get into her room better and have things organized. And so she does have a sense of motivation for that too. So I'm just excited for March, for spring. We're winding down the school year. And one of the things too that's been on my heart is just working on my systems. And I read the book. Gosh, I cannot remember the name of that book. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Um, Atomic Habits. That's what it was. Atomic Habits, and by James Clear, I believe. And so he talks about um, just basically our habits. Our lives are a result of our habits, and our habits don't change not because we don't have the willpower, but because um, basically we don't have a good system for changing the habits, or we're not reaching our goals, not because we don't want to reach our goals, but because our system isn't good because of the habits we have. And so that's another thing that I'm wanting to do. Not really this quarter. I think this whole year is really a year of looking at my systems and changing them, and he talks about not major changes, but minute changes of, anything you want to do can be broken down into 2 minutes, which is a challenge for me because I'm like 2 minutes, but it definitely, when I do it, it really pays off. If you hear any noise in the background, that's my kiddos. But so I'm trying to kind of look at my own systems for homeschooling, for caring for my home, taking care of myself, the whole thing. And, what do I have for a system, right? And I don't really feel like I have much, but there's something there, right? There are some things I do. That's what he talks about. Like, you have a system, it just might not be working. It might not be producing the results you want. It might be doing the opposite of what you want to do. And um, so I'm really looking forward to that. And like I was talking to my husband about like sitting down and talking about like um, what do we need right now during this pandemic and kind of this stressful time and being stuck inside and different things to what do we need right now to just feel, I don't want to use the word okay, but like we're doing all right, right? Because there's always stuff you didn't get to, stuff you wanted to do, stuff you're worried about doing, and like, but at the end of the day, can we say like, oh, I got to XYZ, or not even I got to, but that was a priority and I did the priority thing. Like, what's our priorities? And so I'm really interested in talking to him about that. And I wrote some things down already about like um, just kind of basic stuff for me to get to, like just to pick up around the house. I had read in a homeschooling book that just talked about that you could, for some parents, it can be hard to start studying or even, go on to the next thing if there's clutter, just a general clutter, not like a big pickup. And she was like, you can just, have the kids help you. Like, this is our time where we just straighten things up. And so that would have been on my mind, but kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, I never get to that either. But I think that's going to be a priority, is like just a quick pickup. I think it probably before bed. I'm kind of debating on that. And then, that way the next day we can just get going and I can feel more centered. So stuff like that, just like making that laying that as a foundation, as a system thing of, doing this. And so just, little things. And then if there's anything big, like I shared before, like wanting to do something that's just for me, right? Like, how do I make that a part of the system to like this post today? I just was like, I'm going to get this done. So I have not started dinner yet. It's a little bit later in the day, but I'm doing this. I'm going to make something really easy. And so I'm like, I'm going to get my post done today because this is something I'm doing for me. And does it bring any money? No. Somebody having me do it? No, I just want to do this post, so I'm doing it. So yeah, I think that's really an important thing. And just I've noticed that I want to have is systems for what I do so I can know. And one of the things James Clear says is like when you have a system, then when you get stressed, your body and your mind can just basically go through the habit of that system. You don't have to think about it. Habits are shortcuts for you. Because your mind can only be taxed so much. So if you're stressed, then you just kick into what I do next is what I always do. So what happens is when we haven't been what's the word, like deliberate, and really mindful about our systems, and we set up systems that don't work, right? So we get stressed and we eat. That's one of mine, right? So my brain and body kick in and say, you're stressed, you need to eat, right? So how do I change that to a new system? And so it's day by day, and I'm really excited. I am doing the Finding Divine Flow planner, which is really helping me right now. And I'm kind of adding my own. It has 7 power habits. So I'm like adding extra habits that I want to include too. But I'm just so thankful that again that I'm healthy, my husband's healthy, the kids are healthy, and we're just doing good. Especially with so many people hurting right now, that we're doing good. And so this is a great time though, since there's not a lot happening. I think for us outside the home, it's like a great time to take care of the home and kind of take care of our, again, like look at systems and that kind of thing, and teach them too. I'm excited to teach them to the children. So I think that's it for today. So good to talk to you, productive mommies and daddies. Let me know in the comments, like what are you excited about for spring? What are you working on? Do you have a system you're working on, or a habit, or a project even that like it's getting you excited? Like, yes. And definitely share, because I'd love to hear from you about that. Okay, bye.